Last night, the Florida Panthers played Boston in Boston. That was the kind of homecoming for Brad Marchand. If you remember last year, Brad Marchand could not agree to a longer-term deal with the Bruins, so he wanted to get traded. And traded he did to the Panthers, and he was the key piece to going back-to-back as Stanley Cup champions. Panthers go to Boston for the first time since that Brad Marchand trade, and they gave a 2-minute welcome back. Thank you for all you did. Welcome back to Boston, Brad Marchand. We love you. Brad Marchand, watching the video board, in tears, showing a lot of emotion. Here was Paul Maurice, Panthers head coach, talking about that and what exactly he saw.
That was the truth on the ice. What you saw from those tears are real. He just wears his heart in his sleeve. He had so many great moments here. Won a Stanley Cup here. He will always be a Bruin at heart. But he plays like I can't use it. He plays real hard. Let's just say that.
The key word there always will be a Bruin at heart. And now post-game. This is after Bruins, Panthers, the emotional scene, all that. Steve Levy with ESPN asked Brad Marchand, do you have any regrets leaving Boston for Florida, even though it ended with a Stanley Cup?
At times, I guess I would say that I think if we went back, I think both sides would have done things differently. I think is how I would say. I think I let my emotions handle some aspects of the negotiations that maybe I would have done differently if I go back, but I wouldn't go back. I guess if I could put it that way, is I wouldn't do it differently if I could, because my family and I got to live some of the most incredible memories that we'll ever live through together. And one thing I was thinking of going to the rink today was the sacrifices that like my kids have to deal with, and all of us that have kids and play the game realize what those are, and the time that we're away. And I think them being there for the cup is what makes it worth it.
So no real regrets. He would have gone about it differently. There's a sentiment out there where winning championships with the Florida Panthers, after they already won one the year before he got there, it's a lot more hollow compared to the Stanley Cup that he won when he was in Boston. If you're Brad Marchand, take the money, take the extra success, or does it mean more to stay in one place for the entirety of your career, chasing that smaller percentage chance of winning another Stanley Cup in Boston?
That, first of all, very interesting sound bites because that's a very raw night for him. You saw him in tears on the side of the ice when they were doing all that. But honestly, it sounded confusing when you first listened to it, but I understood everything he said. He is back at home. His family's probably there thinking, boy, this was home, and we kind of walked away from it. And now looking back, is it worth it to leave home? I won a cup. Like, now he's sitting there from an accomplished standpoint saying, was it that worth it? But to the same token, he goes, this was a great decision. He did sign a 6-year contract. Like,
let me make a comparison. It's like Freddie Freeman-esque. They couldn't figure a contract out, and lo and behold, it sounded like Marchand still wanted to be there even when he got traded. Freddie Freeman has made it clear he never wanted to leave Atlanta, goes to the Dodgers, wins a championship. Now, I'm sure that, like, this heartfelt video, I'm sure they didn't do this in Atlanta, but you get the point. Like, we see this in
Atlanta. Yeah, it would be nice if Freddie Freeman got paid what he wanted and then won a championship in Atlanta again. Would have been nice if Marchand got paid what he wanted and was on a championship team.
I don't think, like, Panther fans shouldn't be angry about this, like, at all. I think Marchand is thrilled to bits that he has a chance to go back-to-back and help Florida win their third straight. I don't think that's what this is about. This is about him really starting his career off with the Bruins, turning into, a really great player in the league with the Bruins, winning a cup with the Bruins, and having the divorce kind of be like, wait a minute, so you guys really aren't going to pay me the number I wanted?
And he's 10 minutes removed from winning a classic, with Verhaeghe hitting the go-ahead goal with about 20 seconds to go. And on top of that, he got the fans appreciating him, cheering him on. He got the tribute video. His family's there. This was home.
Yeah.
This was home for 15 years and more, 20 years. And there's a a rawness of emotions attached to that.
It's also hockey. These guys don't value the bottom line as much as any other sport that we consume. Like the NHL guys are much more willing to take less conventionally if it means staying in the culture that they're accustomed to, staying home and all that.
There's a humbleness, there's a humility attached to it because it is a little bit more family-based.
These are guys that are putting their life on the line in the Four Nations Classic or the Four Nations Face-Off, even though it means nothing to their contracts, but they're going 150% for these exhibition games because they're fighting for their country.
There's a much bigger regionality pride attached to being an NHL player comparatively. I agree with you in terms of the other sports. There's a pride attached to the team you play for and the country you represent. I'm not saying other sports don't do that. It's just you see a little bit more of, quote, it being a business on the other end. Yes, it's still a business. He still ended up getting traded.
Yep.
But more often than not, you don't see that. You see guys who want to stick out their career in one spot and see it through. But, I mean, a great little finish to get, Marchand in a good spot there, and it seemed like he appreciated it.
Boston stinks now, right? Like they're not the best, one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference.
And they did him a solid
anymore.
because they got him to Florida.
Traded the damn Panthers.
And this is a team that Florida, who knocked off Boston, sort of ended Boston's reign of being really good.
They hated it.
In the first round, the year in 2000, I want to say 23, the first year they went to the Golden Knights and lost. So there's an attachment there of rivalry, and I think the fact that they did him a solid setting him there, he probably appreciated.
And Panther fans hated Marchand before he came on over. Neither here nor there.
That's it. He's a Bruin.
Number 2.
He's a Bruin. Everybody hates a Bruin.
Right.